Hey everybody, welcome back to the newest edition of 321 Screws Throwdown.
What's happening, folks?
We're your hosts, Big Shot Joe, along with
Captain Bill.
Captain Bill. All right. Now that that's out of the way.
Yes.
All right.
So, another week's worth of wrestling has passed us by.
Already.
Yep.
All right.
And we're 1 week closer to Super Showdown. So, I really want to kind of talk a little bit about Super Showdown. So, we're going to mention, talk about some more of the, the more, high points, whatever, key things from the different various shows throughout the week.
Oh, yeah.
So, without any further ado, let's start off with SmackDown last week. What are some of the few talking points that we got from that?
Well, first, I want to just talk one thing real quick about SmackDown. Our Otis's heartbreak.
Yes.
I felt for him, man. I've been there.
Ziggler pulled that. Yeah.
That was a douche move.
Yeah, that was a dick move.
That was a dick move.
Yeah.
So, but
and Ziggler's getting some heat from people about it too. Boy, they're hating him.
He is, dude.
Because they love him some Otis.
They do. Otis is hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude,
he's like a big white version of R-Truth.
Oh man, that's funny.
I think about the comedy gold you could have with the R-Truth Otis tag team.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Imagine those antics.
I think Heavy Machinery will get the tag belts.
I think so.
They will. So. I think they will. They got some popularity.
So
Otis is the.
Going back talking about the Otis heartbreak. Think. So how do you think they're gonna do this with old Mandy? Well, was she part of it? Was she in on it, or was she like legit surprised? Because when Ziggler first walked up, she did say Otis. So that was the first name she said talking to him. She seemed surprised that it was Ziggler. So.
And then as
I
Otis
still got
walks
hope.
Up.
I still got hope for Mandy and Otis.
You think so?
Come on, Otis. Don't give up, brother. Don't give up.
Well, hey, man.
Listen.
Love is in the air.
We see. She ain't never brought a ham or a cake to Ziggler. She's brought them to you.
I mean, dude, yep.
Don't give up, brother. Stay with it.
Stay with it, Otis.
Stay the course. Hold the line.
So, on that note, we had a SmackDown Women's Championship match against Bayley and Carmella.
Yeah.
Bayley ended up retaining, of course, with her cheating antics. Which, hey, dude, I like the heat that Bayley gets now. She really, dude, she's doing good as a heel.
Yeah.
I'm liking it. It finally, I can dig it. Let's put it that way. So, we also had my favorite part of the show, and I'm sure probably yours too. Hulk Hogan was interviewed.
The Hulkster. I know what's up. Yeah. What's you gonna do, brother?
What do you gotta do? For life.
For life.
For life. Okay, now.
Brother.
Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
Well, that was a good one.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
right.
Nice.
I've been to the mountain, dude. All right, no, only one impersonation a show. I can't.
You know what, man?
I can't.
I have to say, I did kind of dig old Hulk Hogan.
He was the best, dude.
He was so comical with his
from his theme song to his
emotions
in the ring too. Like when he would get hit, dude, and he would just hulk up. Like it wasn't gonna phase him.
I mean, because in the grand scheme of things, in all honesty, the dude really wasn't that great of a wrestler.
Well, okay, you mean more of like, okay, so like if you put him in the same category as Bret Hart,
or a Ric
definitely,
Flair,
yeah, or a Kurt
or Chris
Angle.
Jericho. Yeah, no,
he wasn't as but
no. I mean, he knew body slams, he knew leg drops, he knew punches, the big boots.
right. But now, before I forget, because
No, we're not. We're talking about Hulk Hogan. We're
we're still on Hulk Hogan.
We were just talking a little bit about the legend of. I mean, he was on there doing an interview. I'm sporting the Hulkamania
honestly,
shirt.
Dude, we could do a whole show on Hulk Hogan.
Dude, you could do a couple shows on Hulk Hogan.
It would be like a 5-episode series.
Yeah, we'll do a mini series.
That's it.
The Legends of Wrestling. Each show will be about somebody.
And Hulk, if you're watching, interview you, man. That'd be great. All right, now.
But the big thing is because they're talking with, as we know, Hogan is inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame,
which will make him a
now
two-time
he's going in
WWE Hall of Famer.
He's going into the Hall of Fame with NWO, so he's already in as an individual.
Too sweet.
Now he's going in as for life.
Too sweet.
NWO.
Woo! All right, now, anywho.
So he was kind of talking about that, and then of course they ask him, what his thoughts on Goldberg facing the Fiend, the Super Showdown.
Which, if I can just interject for 1 second,
No, you may not. We'll keep going.
Let's stay on. Let's stay on this topic. So check it out, you ass. All right, so now Goldberg. I can't, dude. Goldberg. For those of you who don't know, Goldberg, one of the highest rating episodes of Nitro, had his very first title match had his very first match with Hulk Hogan for the WCW Heavyweight Championship
on Monday Nitro.
And Hulk Hogan was the one
I watched that night. I watched it live. I watched it happen. I watched him spear and
then jackhammer the Hulkster
Hogan.
And Goldberg, it wasn't like he just won the WCW
He jackhammered himself into.
He was a double champion.
Yes, because he was the United States champion at the time. I'll never forget what he said watching the end of that episode. Him standing up in the corner turnbuckles, holding both belts up in the air.
And just,
boo! You're doing that scream.
Goldberg, okay, look, I know we were talking about Hogan, but Goldberg's the shit. I'm gonna give Goldberg.
It's all still related to this, what we're talking about.
It really
because they were talking to Hogan. They asked him his thoughts about it, and he's like, and he told you, I've been in the ring. I felt the power of Goldberg and
brother.
And the Fiend better, not take him lightly and watch out, yada yada. And then,
the Fiend said, "Well, Hogan."
And then, no. First it kicks up. It's like old NWO stuff, black and white.
Oh yeah, because he was acting
This
like...
message brought to you by Funhouse.
Oh yeah, he's coming out with his Universal title.
Universal title. He's
like
throwing
Hogan.
it like a guitar, like Hogan used to when he came out. Yeah. Yeah.
Could you imagine? You see Rambling Rabbit. Well, Rambling Rabbit got killed, didn't he?
He's like Kenny from South Park.
Yeah, man, he just comes back.
You
bastard! Could you imagine if like the puppets did this or something on that thing? They'd be like, sweet.
So Fiend comes out, and there's a little exchange between Hogan.
Well, they're both on the screen.
Yeah, split screen.
Yeah, it wasn't like somebody was in the ring.
And then the Fiend holds up. He says, be careful, Hulk, or whatever, careful what you say, or something to that effect.
There could be more room.
And he holds up a picture of Hogan. He could end up on the Wall of Friendship or something like that.
I dig that though about the Funhouse. It's like all the people he's taken out.
Yeah.
It's kind of like his trophy.
There's Kane, there's Balor, and Daniel
Kurt
Bryan,
Angle.
and Angle and Foley, Lawler. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's. I dig the Fiend, man. I think, you know what? I personally, I know you have mixed emotions about that match with him and Goldberg.
I don't necessarily have mixed emotions.
He does.
It's just it's a match that they need to do it. They need to do it just right. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Well, like you said,
You have
in
to.
the past episode,
You have to. I mean, you're
'cause you
you're
said
talking about
protecting, right?
Yeah, you got to protect both of these characters' images. Listen, Goldberg might be aging and not an active guy and all that good shit. So what? Goldberg is still a bankable name. When Goldberg shows up, when Goldberg's going to be on a card, it garners a lot of talk, a lot of conversation, you know. And you know, there's you never know, man. There's always a chance that, you know, I mean, like this instance, man, there's a lot of talk online. You go online and look, a lot of
That's right, you were
rumors and
telling
everything
me this.
of people talking about the possibility of Goldberg winning the title, beating the Fiend and winning the title. Because they were just talking about if that were to happen, all the different directions that they could go from there. Because at the next paper, at the Elimination Chamber, it's pretty much people. It's a foregone, you know, conclusion. Roman Reigns is going to end up winning that Elimination Chamber.
Okay. I see
So
where this is going.
he will be going to WrestleMania to
face
the champion, and
Roman will probably win
Goldberg and Roman.
In the main event.
Well, yeah, in WrestleMania would be a big match. That's spear versus spear, you know. That's
pretty much.
And not to mention when Goldberg, in an interview, when Goldberg was asked, you know, who he'd like to have a match against, you know, and he talked about, he's like, oh geez, who wouldn't I want to have a match with? And you know, and one of the guys that he said
was Roman Reigns.
You know, right off the jump was Roman Reigns. The other one being Braun Strowman.
Ooh,
he says I would love to have a match with both of those guys just to get in there and see what they can do. You know. And Roman Reigns has gone on record as saying, you know, he would love to have a match with Goldberg.
Right.
So, I mean,
I would love to see them finally do this.
Goldberg
match.
and Reigns
Brock
at WrestleMania with Goldberg being the champ.
Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. We haven't seen that yet.
Holy shit, man! Could you imagine?
Could you imagine?
Now
the first one, it would be 3 matches. The first one should be a total disappointment, and have Stone Cold Steve Austin as the referee, and stun both of them.
All right, I see where you're going.
And then they both leave the company, right? For good, I would say a good 12, 13 years, right?
Oh, so this is kind of like a long play.
Yeah.
They're really going to drag
the longevity.
Yeah, they're really going to take this storyline the distance.
You're going to give Brock Lesnar the title.
Yeah, 12 years. That'll put Goldberg, you know, what...
he'll be about 70 at that
70,
time.
yeah.
No, you give Brock Lesnar the title for a very, 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 very long time. And then, all of a sudden, Goldberg comes back. And then Goldberg has...
Okay, the joke's old.
No, listen.
Yeah, the joke's old. We know what's going to happen. Goldberg's going to squash him.
How'd you know?
Yeah. So,
all right.
Seriously.
So, I had to get off the
seriously. A lot of talk, though. Rumor.
A lot of talk.
The possibility of it not being, you know, out of that, you know, the realm of possibility. Because that would then allow the Fiend to go on and have a WrestleMania match against, you know, someone else. Let's see, one of the things. The latest one I heard, of Sting. There was that possibility of a Fiend Sting match at WrestleMania.
That would be interesting.
there was talk of
Fiend
what
will-
if all this Matt Hardy shit is just a swerve, and he's not leaving, and he's gonna
I
come
was
back.
kind of wondering
And then
that.
there's a Matt Hardy Fiend match at WrestleMania. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt are actually very good friends.
They were a tag team for a little bit.
Yeah, but they're still friends.
Well, why would they just throw Matt? Here's the thing. I don't want Matt Hardy to leave.
No, I'm just saying these are some of the things that I'm hearing.
No, I got you.
And the people talking about
But-
saying
but-
some of the shit. Sting, I gotta admit, man, Fiend and Sting to me would be
Cool.
just as intriguing as Fiend and Taker. You know, because Sting has been medically cleared,
I know.
so he could partake, and you know,
He partakes.
probably I don't know.
I don't know. I heard he's been pretty good now,
But
man.
because of course there's the talk is Undertaker AJ Styles,
I've heard that
the
too. I've
Phenom
read
versus
that.
the Phenomenal One.
But the truth is, man,
A lot of people are considering that like a dream match. AJ Styles, and AJ Styles is good enough that Taker,
can work.
you
with
know,
him.
Taker could work a long match with someone like Styles.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know, they could easily work a 10-minute match.
Oh yeah.
Because AJ's good enough to carry the extra load. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you know, we all know Taker's getting up there. You know, his body's beaten up, and
Taker. But the question is.
you gotta admit, man, Taker AJ would be an interesting match.
Oh,
man.
to say the least, I would want to watch it. I would.
That.
But the question is,
do you consider that a WrestleMania worthy matchup?
oh, of course. But my question is, when will the Phenom decide he's done? That's the question, because the question is,
You know it's coming.
it is coming, but the question is, who should be the one to do it
I still want to see the Fiend do it.
as a passing of the torch?
Like maybe next year at WrestleMania.
I would like to see it this year at WrestleMania, to be honest with you.
I'm telling you, they're pretty much. I mean, everybody is in agreement that it's going to be Undertaker AJ Styles.
For WWE. Well, AJ hasn't
I mean-
been cleared
I mean,
to come
all-
back yet.
I mean, all the
Don't forget he got injured.
yeah, I know, and that's he would be back in time. They're saying that probably within the next couple weeks, probably after the Super Showdown, you'll start seeing a little more like Taker start showing up, and that will start. They'll start to build that up.
Yeah. Dude, I would love that match. But you know what else we should talk about?
But
Oh, right. Here
think
we
about
go.
next WrestleMania. Next WrestleMania is in LA. Now, one of the matches that Roman Reigns has said his dream match for WrestleMania next year in LA is against Rock. Roman and Rock in LA. Now think about it. WrestleMania LA, Roman Reigns and The Rock is one match. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and The Undertaker is a WrestleMania match in LA, Hollywood, man. That's Hollywood ending to a career.
I like it. I like it.
And I've already explained how I want that match to end. I want it to be a casket match. Just because of just all the symbolism and the way it needs to happen.
Or a buried alive match.
No. It's got to be a casket for my scenario to work. Because it's going to be the Fiend winning, putting Taker in the casket. Because think of the symbolism of everything. Him when he puts Taker into the casket, the Fiend closing the lid of the casket on the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Okay, now to go further with that, the Taker's got his trench coat and his hat that's always sits over in the corner when he comes in and takes it off, and it sits over there. As the Fiend's leaving, he's got to go over there, and he's going to pick the jacket up. He's going to kind of look at it, and then he's going to slip it on, and he's going to kind of like,
you talked about that.
I like this. He's gonna keep that jacket on, but he's gonna take the hat, and instead of putting it on, he's gonna walk over and he's gonna put it in the center of the casket, and then the lights will go out, and that's when he'll appear like up on the stage or something, wearing the coat, doing the thing. That's how that's gotta go. So that's just me, but again, Undertaker, Fiend, Goldberg. It's who knows, man.
As a writer, WWE.
It could go, man. Who knows the way it could go? It could go many different ways, but
it could. So
let's move on. Let's move to Raw because we can talk more Super Showdown, later after we get through.
So we had Aleister Black defeat Eric Rowan.
Hey, you know what? I was just happy to see that Black. And or not so much Black, because he's been having some good matches, some real good matches with Buddy Murphy lately. But I was just glad to see how Rowan was facing someone other than a jobber.
Yeah.
It's like I know some of the YouTube guys, that do watch-alongs with Raws, Raw. It's like a joke. It's like name the jobber. The guy that's gonna wrestle against Rowan, and they'll come up with some kind of crazy names, for the jobbers. People were I was just happy to see he was wrestling, someone that wasn't. And then Rowan lost. Took 2 black masses, but Aleister Black put him down.
Right on. And they announced for the Elimination Chamber.
And they still didn't reveal what was in the damn cage. Aleister Black had no. He wouldn't even care. He didn't even want to look. Rumor is it's a spider.
Spider?
Yeah, big spider.
Wow. All right then.
Yep.
Well.
So yes, we did have, as he's about to give you the participants, they announced the Raw faction of Elimination Chamber.
Yes. So for Raw Women's Championship to earn a title shot against Becky Lynch.
Well, the champion, whoever that may be, because Becky is defending the title at Super Showdown. So
is she now?
Yes, she is.
Who's she facing? Becky Lynch. Is it going to be?
I believe it's going to be.
Not the chick that bit her, because she's going in the Elimination Chamber.
No, not Becky Lynch. I'm thinking of Bayley. Bayley's defending her title.
Yeah.
Against Naomi, I believe, at Super Showdown.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I keep forgetting that Naomi's been getting a bit of a push again since she returned. Her hair looks different.
Yeah.
So, the Women's Elimination Chamber for Raw is going to be Natalya, Liv Morgan, Shayna Baszler, Asuka, Ruby Riott, and Sarah Logan.
All 3 members of Riot Squad
are going to be in that Elimination Chamber. And who knows, maybe they all...
And now, here's the thing is, we know that Ruby Riott attacked Liv, so we already know Ruby and Liv are going to
feud.
Are going to be ready to go at each other.
But
whose side of the fence is Sarah Logan on?
Her own.
Is she siding on? Is she with Liv against Ruby, or is she with Ruby against Liv?
Alone. But here's the thing: it may come down to that. What if it comes down to those 3
being the last 3?
But
that would be interesting.
Personally, with the way they put off, after Shayna Baszler went Hannibal Lecter.
I mean, Baszler's going to win.
Oh yeah,
Baszler's going to win.
I would love to see.
Who do I want to win? Either Liv Morgan or Natalya. One of those 2 is who I would like to see win.
And
but it's going to be Baszler that wins. And then she is going to face Becky Lynch at WrestleMania.
She faces the man who wins.
Huh?
She faces the man at WrestleMania who would win. Who wins?
Man, it's a good question.
I think Baszler would take it.
I can
think they
honestly
would
see
throw it
them.
on
I
her.
can honestly see them giving it to Baszler.
And then could you imagine future WrestleMania when Miss Ronda Rousey wants to come back?
Yeah, that's just it. Baszler wins. Baszler wins the title off of Becky. Right?
Mm-hmm.
At WrestleMania.
Holds it.
And on the following Monday, the next night, on Monday Night Raw,
Ronda Rousey returns.
Ronda Rousey makes her return.
They always do
to congratulate her friend Baszler on her title win.
They always do have surprises the Monday after WrestleMania.
And they could go, yes, right. And they
have
could
you ever caught on to
they
that?
could go one of two ways with that. It depends on if you're going to portray Baszler as the heel. Then what you could do is Ronda Rousey could come back on Monday Night Raw.
Right.
And she could come back and she could be congratulating her friend Shayna Baszler, on winning, yada yada. And Baszler could come out.
How do you know they're friends?
With an attitude because they were part of the 4 Horsewomen in UFC.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had a 4 Horsewomen.
Yeah, they kind of, sort of, yeah. It was like unofficial, but yeah, that was part of it. And Rousey and Baszler were 2 of the 4.
Rowdy, Ronda, Rousey.
Because that's why they always joked about before, with Flair and Rousey, if they could ever have, I'll get my 4, you get your 4. The 4 Horsewomen against the 4 Horsewomen of UFC versus the ones of WWE. But yeah, Baszler comes out and kind of with an attitude or whatever, and just something along the lines of, you just remember who, just recognize who the champ is, though, that kind of thing.
Could you do me one solid when you go to that show? Because we're going to talk about that show. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Just reminding you. That's right. Nobody has no idea what I'm talking about right now.
No. I'm going here. There's a local show here in town. ARW, we've talked about it before. Atomic Revolutionary Wrestling. Alex Red.
Who runs it?
Yep. Promoter, CEO. But yeah, they're having a big indie show here here locally tomorrow night. It's their 3-year anniversary. It's going to be some former ECW guys.
Yeah, man. Why don't you
Just Incredible and Raven are going after the ARW Championship belts. The franchise Shane Douglas is taking on Wes Briscoe for the ARW Heavyweight Championship.
And Wes Briscoe's the champion, you're saying?
Wes Briscoe is the champion, the son of Jerry Briscoe.
That's cool.
Same Jerry Briscoe, WWE, and Jack and Jerry Briscoe tag team from back in the day.
And one of the Stooges.
Yeah,
with
that's
Hap Patterson.
Exactly.
Hey, dude, I dug the Stooges. They cracked me.
So yeah, but so I'm doing that tomorrow night. But anyways,
I can't wait.
Yeah, Raw.
You gotta do me a favor.
Huh?
If you get to interview any of them, if you do, can you mention the 3-2-1 screw throwdown?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, and your partner, Big Shot
I'll
Joe.
I'll give you a shout out.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it.
So,
all right, cool.
Anyways, Raw. That's Elimination Chamber, women's. Baszler's gonna win. Bottom line.
I see that happening. To be honest with you, I do see that happening.
I believe Drew McIntyre beat up MVP.
He did.
It was during MVP. Wasn't MVP doing another one of his shows? Wasn't he?
No, this time they were in for the match.
Oh, it was an actual match?
It was an actual match.
Drew versus MVP?
Drew does his countdown, hit him with the Claymore, out like a light. Montel Vontavious Porter. You know what though? You know what I don't like, but I know they do it because it's more of a WWE thing, or in pro wrestling, it's a tradition anyways. You take guys who are veterans who've done it way longer than some of the young guys, but you notice those veterans go on a losing streak. They did it.
Yeah, because
they did
they
it
don't
to the
need to
Dudley
be.
boys
They don't
when
need
they
to
came
go
back.
over. They've already.
They've had their
They've
run.
had their run. They're
Makes sense.
They've cemented their legacy.
It makes sense.
And they use them now to put over these younger, newer guys. Because, like, oh my
talents.
God, they beat the Dudley boys, you know?
Oh, yeah.
These guys, these guys
and
are
I
good,
understand
you know?
it, but it's just like...
Yeah, it does suck. It sucks for the veterans, but...
It does, because
I mean,
it's like they... Let them, like,
but you know
like
what?
Matt Hardy before this Randy Orton stuff.
But you know what? When those guys were
He
young...
lost every match.
Yeah, but when those guys were young and they, you know, they first was coming in, there was some veteran team that was putting them over. So, what comes around goes around.
True. Very true. That's how they give back. Seriously,
Exactly.
that's what it's all about. I notice it, and I kind of like how Raw they have...
I mean, Matt Hardy, they were just doing that with Matt Hardy.
Yeah, man, with Randy Orton. Why don't we talk about that then on Raw? Randy Orton and Matt Hardy. Randy Orton was going to apologize to Matt Hardy
Yeah.
for what he did. He sure did apologize after he hit his neck twice with a steel chair. At least that's what it looked like. And hitting it against the steel steps.
Yeah.
But, you know, Matt Hardy, who's already got his neck in a brace and attacks him again, they're trying to feed out Edge to come back for Randy Orton, which makes me wonder if Christian's going to get involved in the storyline next. That'd be kind of cool. Randy Orton then goes after Christian.
I don't know, man. I have heard that Christian's got the CTE, you know, the brain, you know, concussion stuff. That's why they were talking about
not involving him.
Yeah, because he can't risk another concussion.
I mean, hey, man, your health is more important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can only you know, smash your brain, you know, so many times before it starts to get angry.
Before it starts to get angry?
Yeah. It starts doing stuff to your body.
Right.
Just saying, you know what? Today this doesn't work now. Yeah, there you go. How you like that?
How you like them apples?
Nope, don't like it.
Don't like it at all.
So yeah, we had the big main event on Raw, which was Seth and, you know, his cronies, Buddy Murphy and
the disciples.
The disciples, AOP and Murphy.
Yep.
How funny is it that in this group of two singles wrestlers
are the tag
and
team
one
champions.
tag team, and the two single wrestlers are the tag team champions. Yeah. It's sort of ironic.
It is.
Don't you think?
I didn't understand that. I figured they would have let...
It's like rain on your wedding day.
Please explain.
It's free ride when you're already late.
Free ride, bam, bam, bam.
It's like 10,000 spoons, and all you need is just a knife.
What the?
It's like meeting the man of your dreams, and then meeting his beautiful wife. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
I kid.
Jesus, would you stay on topic? So,
oh my God.
Seth Rollins AOP comes out, and it's Kevin Owens and the Viking Raiders.
Yeah.
And didn't they have just weren't they short a guy? Wasn't there just like three of them? Was it like 3 on 4?
Maybe. I think so, actually. Yes, because it was the Vikings you were just talking about.
Yeah, Viking Raiders
and then
Kevin Owens
versus them. So what happened
was Samoa Joe? Did he come out?
Well, Samoa was injured. Oh no, Samoa.
He did come out. He came out later.
But Samoa got suspended for the 30-day wellness. I could have sworn.
No, he came out. He came out like later. The match would like start or whatever, and then he came out. But all I know is at some point, Kevin Owens was by himself and was getting beat down by
all four members.
All 4 members.
The disciples.
and of all people, the Street Profits came down
Yep.
to help them.
Well,
So I guess they're going to involve the Street Profits. Are going to get involved now.
you
So
know,
now we got AOP, we got Seth and Buddy Murphy, we got the Street Profits, we got the Viking Raiders, Samoa Joe, and
here's what would be
Kevin
cool.
Owens. It's
Here's what would
quite
be
a little cluster.
Check this
The
out.
numbers are uneven, but
Here's what would be cool. Thanks. What if?
his burp's better than that fart I blasted a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I smelt it. I tried not passing out, ladies and gentlemen. So
I had chicken marsala from Olive Garden.
how many people
For
were
dinner.
in war games on
And,
each team?
Garlic mashed potatoes.
Very nice. I'm glad they all know that now.
Yeah,
How many-
delicious.
How many people are in war games?
I don't remember.
War games is the Dusty Rhodes match, right? Which WWE owns the rights to.
War games is what the NXT does. They have war games. That's their thing.
But
That's who they where
I
they do it.
understand
They don't
it's
do
their-
it.
I understand that, but what if they were to do that for the rivalry with Kevin Owens and these guys versus the Disciples? I think that would be cool. I'm just saying, I think it would be pretty cool if they did that.
Oh yeah, just
At a
basically
pay-per-view.
just a big battle royal with all of them.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, AOP, bro, they are huge, man. They, when they disappeared for a while.
You gotta think. Yeah, you got all the Seth and Buddy, who are two individual wrestlers who are the tag champs. Now you got all these tag teams though that are all around you, and so a lot of them are fighting against you. Viking Raiders, now Street Profits are getting involved. AOP. Okay, no, AOP is not going to go after Seth and Buddy while they're holding the titles. But there's all these other tag teams that certainly would take the titles away.
Mhm.
So,
I mean, I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen.
I'm really curious to see how long they keep the tag titles on those two guys.
I think, to be perfectly honest with you, I think they'll hold it through the Kevin Owens rivalry and all that stuff.
To me, it just seems kind of silly because
Yeah.
there's too many good tag teams, man, that should be, making runs at these tag
There
titles
is,
or
but
holding the tag titles.
I know. At the same token, when they do that, I think they're still. What they're doing is they're making. Buddy Murphy, when that group disbands, it's going to be a rivalry between Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins.
Oh
Guaranteed.
yeah, I bet you.
Guarantee it, because they're going to get Buddy Murphy over. He's a phenomenal wrestler.
Yes, he is. I agree.
And dude, he's entertaining, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be like the Batista switch, I call it.
Yeah.
When he turned on Triple H, challenged for the belt, that got Batista over.
Right.
So, you see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. It's interesting. We'll see where it goes.
So that's what
We'll
I
see
feel
where
about
it
that.
goes.
Cutting me off.
We had NXT.
Yep.
There's of course some of the high points of that one. Of course, Bianca Belair coming out, calling out Flair because Flair, when Charlotte came out and attacked Ripley and told her
At Takeover.
I'll see you, at WrestleMania. Well, then she went out the ring, proceeded to beat down Belair, who was
Just for
outside
good
the
measure.
ring just for the hell of it. Yeah, so Belair is not too happy about it. So yeah, she called her out and she told her straight up, she's gonna get her ass whooped. She's gonna whoop that ass.
Whoop that ass. And
Yeah.
verbatim, that's how she said it. Quotes.
Cruiserweight champ Jordan Devlin defended his title against Leo Rush successfully.
Wow.
Hell of
dude.
a match,
Hell
man.
of a match.
That was an
That
amazing match.
ending to the match was great.
Yeah, that move. I don't know what the hell he
Leo
called it.
Rush is small.
Leo Rush was sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
Jordan Devlin was standing over him, grabbed him by his arm, and
Yanked him up.
yanked him by his arm. Literally just yanked him up off the ground into the air.
Caught him.
And slammed him somehow. It was amazing.
Those NXT guys
Go
are.
to YouTube and look it up.
They're
It
great,
was something else. But
That's your homework.
But yeah, he he won.
Yep. And what else do we got?
had
Bill?
Keith Lee Keith Lee came out, and I don't think it was a title defense, but he had a match, and he just, he crushed.
Who did he face?
What was that guy's name?
He faced somebody,
Yeah,
and he finished it
I
with.
can't. It was like a newer guy. I can't remember, but
Is his move like the Jackie?
but it was pretty quick. But of course, Dijakovic come out, who he just beat.
At
defended his
TakeOver.
title at Takeover. Dijakovic come out claiming, there's something that happened. It was what I had you beat, and so basically, Keith Lee told me, he's like, hey man, if you're down for it, I'm always down for a challenge. You can convince William Regal to it. He says we can fight forever. And slap the microphone in his chest. So there's another Keith Lee Dijakovic match coming, which is okay with me, man, because those guys
put on a hell of a show.
Two big, powerful dudes
That move quick.
and they put on great matches.
I would love to see Keith Lee versus Brock Lesnar, man.
I'd like to see Keith Lee versus quite a few different guys. Keith Lee versus Brock Lesnar. I'd like to see
Roman.
Keith Lee and Braun Strowman. Keith Lee and Bobby Lashley.
And where does Lashley fit into everything with WrestleMania?
Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
This Lana thing. What's going on, man?
He'll end up facing Rusev or something.
Right.
But
that was on Raw. This is eating NXT.
yeah. So
That's right.
the Bros brothers, of course, they had a match and they won. They're such an oddball team.
They are.
Such an oddball team.
Pete Dunne always looks pissed off.
Yeah, he does, man.
Like he's just standing there looking pissed off.
But hey, he likes holding that gold though. He likes holding
He
the gold.
does holding that gold. And
right
he carries
now,
it with his teeth sometimes, bro.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it's unique. I mean,
I dig him, man. I like him.
No, he's great, dude. What he does
while it lasts, because it won't last. It will, though. There will be a fallout. Something will happen, and they'll part ways. I see it working out that way. It'll be probably more likely it'll be Pete Dunne, tired of, the bros.
The
goofball
Broserweights.
antics.
The Broserweights. But here's the thing, dude. Since we're talking about Matt Riddle, why don't you go ahead and let them know what Randy Orton had to say about him?
Yeah. Randy Orton posted
on Twitter.
Posted a tweet, and it said to Matt Riddle. It said, "Used to hate you. Now I get it. Good luck. Also, fuck off."
Randy likes pushing the buttons with social
just made
media.
Me laugh. Yeah,
it's great. Randy Orton, man, one of the greatest ever.
Roderick Strong took on Velveteen Dream in a damn good match. Back and forth, but.
Of course, Undisputed Era had to get involved.
Roderick Strong gets the win, and then they all
just start pummeling
beat down the
Dream.
So
they whooped that ass, as Bill said earlier.
So that's definitely not done. There's more to come from that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And then we had Ciampa, who came out.
Yeah.
To address Gargano. And Austin Theory was out in the ring. I guess he was supposed to have a match or just had a match or something, but Ciampa comes out and basically interrupts him. What do you look like? I look sorry, man, but I gotta get this off my chest. But then Austin Theory, I guess, kind of tried him in the ring, and Ciampa put him down, and then Ciampa gets out in the ring, and I guess Austin Theory come charging out of the ring after him again, and Ciampa brutalized him.
Yeah, he did. Pretty much made him a pinball. Going
From
back
one
and
railing banister to the other.
It's kind of like The Rock with the people's elbow. It was just boom, boom, boom.
So anyways, that was NXT in a nutshell. A few moments of AEW to talk about. Joey.
Bang! Okay, AEW. So
AEW.
we have one match that was really good. Moxley beats Jeff Cobb, but of course, who got involved afterwards? Jumped by the Inner Circle.
Cobb is very
Got
much
the
like a
beat
young,
down.
like a young Rhino kind of. He's got that look,
Yeah.
that build, that size.
Even his style, from what I
yeah,
understand.
same style.
Chris
of
Jericho.
wrestling.
Chris Jericho. I mean, is he going to be a member of the Inner Circle?
I don't know. Right now, I think he's an associate of the Inner Circle. So.
Was he the one that I read about? That isn't there a sixth member now?
Yeah, probably he would be. That would be him.
Okay. So there was a tag team battle royal where the winners would become the new number one contenders.
Every tag team in the division was
Every
involved
tag
in
team,
it.
and it was down to
It was chaos for a while.
the Young Bucks and who was that last team?
From Inner Circle, Santana and Ortiz.
And
yeah, there was just Mick Jackson. I think it's
left because both members have to be
I think it was
thrown over.
Mick. I think it was Mick.
Yeah. Well, in a tag team battle royal, both members of the team have to be eliminated for the team to be eliminated.
Yeah, but yeah.
So
right. But there was one of the Young Bucks left basically, and both.
But see, it can
Tito
be,
and Ortiz, and he ended up beating both of them.
it's a unique.
So they get the tag title.
Yeah, but it's
shot against.
But what
Hangman, their buddies, Hangman Page, and Kenny Omega.
Yep. But it's cool with those type of matches, like the battle royals.
Who defended their titles against the Lucha Bros.
Yes, they did, and won.
Mm-hmm.
So they retained. But no, what I was gonna say was with the battle royals, like the tag team stuff, dude. That's cool because it's like it can give you so many different possibilities. Like it gives you that okay now the one Young Buck in there, he's the underdog. He's going against. It was I love those type of things in matches, man. It's like, whatever they're gonna pull,
And with AEW, we're getting ever closer to March, and Luke Harper, under his new name,
No excuse.
yeah.
No
We
excuse.
mentioned it before, and now
No,
I
his
can't
name
remember.
is No Excuse.
Yeah, that's it. So he's gonna wrestle under.
So, do you think he's Dark Order?
No. I still think Christopher Daniels it's gonna turn out Christopher Daniels is the guy in charge of Dark Order.
Too soon, bro. Too soon.
Too soon for what?
I have no clue. Alright, so this was actually a historic episode of Dynamite
Yes, it was.
because for the first time ever they held their very first steel cage match, and it involved the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes and versus
Wardlow.
MJF's big bodyguard.
Big bodyguard Wardlow. Yep.
And of course, Cody Rhodes wins.
I believe he had a dive off the top of the cage move.
He went for it, man. He just all in, man. He just.
I always liked Cody.
Yeah. Man.
Even when he was WWE, I remember when Cody and DiBiase Jr. were
Legacy
Legacy with Randy Orton. And Randy Orton was always such a dick. And they just kept wanting him, like, why don't? Come on, you guys, turn on him.
Yeah, beat his ass, like.
And they never did.
Honestly, though, too, did you notice when they were testing the waters with Ted DiBiase Jr. because when they did turn, it was DiBiase that turned on Randy, and so they finally went into that triple threat at one of the wrestle. I think it was 27, to be honest with you. Anyways, and then they did their split. DiBiase, you thought they were gonna kind of, but
he's not even in wrestling no more. He's
in
a damn businessman now.
I think he's in real estate now or something. Well, I did read something. It's gossip. I don't know if it's true or not. But Ted DiBiase's son, and not Ted DiBiase Jr., their other son, I think it's Brett. Brett DiBiase or Brent. I don't know. I'd have to read the name. But his other son apparently embezzled money into his father's foundation.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So, did you read that?
Yeah, I heard something about
But
it.
I didn't know if it was true, so leave in the comments if maybe you got some insight on this. I would like to know. Cat and Bill would like to know.
Pass that up there. So, that was pretty much, the week in review.
It was.
Now we're leading up to
Super Showdown.
Super Showdown. Of course, we still got a Raw and a SmackDown. SmackDown and a Raw to go between, which, the SmackDown, well, to us it's tomorrow night. But depending on when you're watching this video, it might be tonight. Might have been last night. But I know Goldberg's going to be on
SmackDown to address the final SmackDown before Super Showdown.
So there we might have
it's the go home week.
Yeah, we might have the Goldberg Fiend, confrontation because they technically have not.
Well, what are some of the other matches announced for Super Showdown? I've been a terrible wrestling fan these last few weeks. I am ashamed. And moving on. So, what are some of those matches, man? I mean,
Well, Goldberg is taking on the Fiend
for the Universal Championship. Yep. What the hell was that?
Ricochet is taking on Brock.
They are, aren't they, for the belt?
For the WWE title.
That will be Championship. They don't call it title.
Whatever. Braun Strowman is facing Nakamura for the Intercontinental Championship.
Well, he's defending it, right?
Yeah, but he's facing Nakamura. Nakamura's getting his rematch.
But Nakamura, don't forget, he has that little group going on with.
He won't have Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn, what, he get injured?
No, Sami Zayn can't go.
Why?
Because of his Syrian heritage. He can't go to Saudi Arabia.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Wow, Saudi Arabia. Wow. That's all I gotta say.
So he's not allowed to go. We know John Cena is not going to go because he's publicly commented against Saudi Arabia and the way they treat people and stuff.
Hey, I don't blame him.
So
I think Vince should have never made that deal going over there. I think Vince should have, after the last time where there was something going on and nobody's really clear on what happened with them coming home from that. Remember?
Yeah, man, but it created gold.
Why is that?
Because that's when they brought NXT strong onto Monday Night Raw and SmackDown and all that.
That is true.
Started doing all
that.
Right
before it was leading up to that last year's Survivor Series.
Because a lot of the WWE guys were
stuck.
So they needed to fill the show with something. So they used the WWE people that were still there and a lot of NXT guys invading and coming in and doing all that shit. And it was brilliant. I loved it, dude.
Oh yeah, no, it was cool. Don't get me wrong, that stuff was awesome, but I'm always gonna wonder.
Yeah.
Why did they get held up?
I don't know. It must not have been something too bad because they're going back.
True. So
we shall see.
You got Bailey.
Yes.
Versus.
As far as I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Bailey is going to defend against Naomi.
Which is a pretty big deal for women competing in Saudi Arabia. Just saying.
Or no. No, actually, I take that back. I think Bailey is actually defending the title against Carmella. And Naomi, they're talking about Naomi and Bailey being WrestleMania.
Oh, you might be right, man. I told you I've been a bad wrestling fan.
I think that was the last thing I remember hearing because there was something in regards with the Bailey Carmella. Carmella, cried foul, and so I think she's rematching.
She's rematching.
Yeah,
Rematching what?
getting a rematch against Bailey for the belt. At the Saudi Arabia show.
So.
Saudi. Who is the U.S. champ right now? Who is it that's holding that title?
It is Andrade, who was suspended
That's right,
for 30
Andrade.
days. Who's that
That's
other dude
why.
that they paired up with Vega now?
That is Angel Garza from NXT. He's just been kind of like filling in for. But yeah, apparently he's gonna go back to.
Maybe they'll make them.
You know what's just funny, because he's a face NXT. He's a face kinda. He's more face NXT, but they've been using him in a heel capacity.
But
on Raw.
maybe that's gonna be his way to get on Raw now.
So no, from what I said, as soon as Andrade's back, he'll be back going over with.
Where's Ray been too?
Don't know.
Edge hasn't returned yet.
Edge has not, but
it was like a tease at Rumble, man.
You know it's coming.
Oh, of course.
He signed a 3-year deal. But
On
I'm
this
sure
day,
it's a limited, appearances, kind of like
he
Brock.
deserves it, bro. He's worked his